Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Psychic Solutions podcast. I am Dr. Linda Salvin. I am your host every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here on the various stations, channels, and Talk for TV and Talk for Media and YouTube and iHeart and iTunes and wherever you're listening or downloading or catching up with me at lindasalvin.com. You can always tune into drlindaradio.com because all my shows are on my own station. So today's going to be a real interesting time because I have somebody who's been on my show a few times in the past, and her name is Kelly. Kelly has a unique situation that was legal. She was in trouble. She was up for a maximum 20-year jail sentence. Think about that. 20 years in jail, well, away from her kids, her grandkids' life, boyfriends, exes' life. But she came to me. She did the Wicks of Wisdom. I burned them for her. And she's going to tell you her story as to how my spiritual candles, the Wicks of Wisdom, work. They work like a prescription for your soul. You get 3 candles per set. In her situation, we did good luck power. We did sweetening judgment. The good luck goes on attorneys, the legal situations, the people involved, and then the sweetening judgment works on the court. And there's different ways of doing petitions, which I do not discuss on the air because each person in every case is individual. So what I did was customize for Kelly her prescription for her soul, and it's combining different oils, herbs, and powders. You've heard me do this before. Wicks of Wisdom was born in 1999, folks. It's not new. It may be new to you because when I started, there was no real platform of internet. Internet came in 1996. This was born in 1999. So it was all brand new back then. And we were on TV in 2006 and 7 with Kris Jenner and all that stuff. It's all online. I don't need to repeat it. What I do want to repeat is that they work. They work like a prescription for your soul. You go to an MD and you've got some illness of a bacterial infection or you need surgery or something, and their prescription is medication or diet or something to help you. Mine as a spiritual person is candle magic. I was trained, like I said, in 1999. The line was developed, and I'm still doing it, helping people extend their spiritual gifts, come into love, money, removing blocks, obstacles, negativity, improving health, and legal. So let's bring Kelly on, and she's going to tell you her story. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing great. How about you?
Good, thank you. Good. I'm rested from a wonderful trip in Alaska. I got to see the Northern Lights, which was so spiritual. I would love to be back up there. It's a different world up there compared to down here in California. Oh God, it was all snow, but just gorgeous vibes, wonderful people. But this isn't about that. This is about you and when you came to me a few years ago and what went on and how we did a ton of candles. So I'm going to give you the platform. You're going to talk to whoever watches this in the future, and you're going to help somebody down the line with your story. So this is Kelly Duncan, and this is her story.
Hi. So,
hi.
I kind of got myself into a little bit of trouble back years ago. And in 2016, I was actually arrested, taken by shotguns in my face, 6 a.m, out of my bed and into jail. I was released, and no process was taken at that time. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what's going on. And I thought everything was cool for a while. And just right before 3 years, like a day or two before the 3-year mark, they came and arrested me again. So in 2018, actually, is when I got arrested for the big one. I spent probably 6 months in jail, trying to get out, of course, on bond. I was able to, by the sheer luck of miracle and God, a friend of mine put up their house for me, got me out, and from 2018 all the way to 2020 is when I worked on everything I possibly could think of to keep myself out of prison. And I mean, I tried everything. I did everything. I don't know. I don't know what else to do, you know, at that point. And so I was on Facebook and I saw Linda's face and I said, "Oh, let me try and see what she can do. If she can help me out in any way or give me some information or guidance." Well,
So back up, you had tried legal avenues, or you were trying with lawyers to get the sentence dropped or to reduce?
well,
Or
we didn't have the sentence yet. My lawyer was working on helping me get to a point where I wouldn't have to do prison time, or not 20 years, but I was going to do 5 years in prison.
right.
But I didn't even want to do 5 years. I didn't want to do a day. You know,
Of course, who would?
I mean, I didn't. I had my family, my animals. I mean,
Life. You had your life, Kelly.
my life, yeah. And I just did not want to give that up.
And horses.
And horses,
The
yes.
animals. Yep. The dogs, the horses. You got a whole
Yeah.
crew there. Go
I
on.
mean, I seriously even thought of suicide.
Oh, I bet.
I was that close. I mean, I would never take my life. I really don't think I would, but I mean, it was serious enough to where I thought about it hard. And when I realized, I thought, wait a minute, Dr. Linda. So I got a hold of you and we talked about the candle magic, and I was willing to do anything to keep my butt out of jail. So this was like 2020. I got a hold of you.
We had just started lockdown. It was around that time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because I had to, when I went to court, I had to do it on virtual.
Right, online.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was cool. I liked that much better. But, I mean, I went through some hell in between all this, you know, the interviews and things with probation officers, interviews with forensic psychologists. I mean, I was jumping through hoops for these people just to not know what was going to happen. I didn't know. I mean, all I kept thinking was every 3 months they would extend the court date, and every 3 months I would get to the panic point of, oh, I'm going to prison. So this went on for 2.5 years or so. And when you got involved, I was a panicked wreck at that point. You actually, I don't remember exactly what you did. You did something for me to calm me down, to keep my nerves calm in some way. I can't remember what it was. But after probably a few days after that, I called you up and I said, I'm calm. I'm not stressing right now. I'm just not stressing. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. And I knew you had told me there's no guarantee. And I understand that. There's no guarantee except for death and taxes. I mean, you know. So, but in my heart, I knew that it was going to be okay. And I had to keep believing that, and I believed it. And you'd sent me pictures of the burning of the candles. You kept me updated on everything, and it was awesome. I still have all that. I still look at it.
Good.
Yeah,
chills. That's great.
It was great. I mean, I could almost feel myself there with you as you're doing it. But
let's stop right there, because a lot of people don't understand what I do. And I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Like it's all over. You know, when it's that hair day, you kiss.
Yeah.
You know, one day you're fine, the next it's whatever. But and I didn't have curls until lockdown. It just whatever. But I was straight. But what Kelly's talking about are the Wicks of Wisdom, and the Wicks of Wisdom work like a prescription for your soul. I told her she needed good luck power, she needed sweetening judgment power. I calmed her down. People who talk to me start to feel my energy. I can't help it. I have been given a gift. I have a spiritual gift to touch your soul. Okay. And when Kelly was bonkers. And we finally spoke, and I did calm her down, and things started changing. The candles were lit. And yes, I burn candles for people, and I take pictures because I want people to know I'm not a flake. And I mean what I talk about, and I keep you in the loop. Okay, I'm taking a break, or let's let this take a break. Oh, okay, let's bump it up over here. Oh, remember I had to realign certain positions because it wasn't working. They talk. There's a language with the candles, people. It's important. It's potent, and these oils have spirits in them. This is nothing you're going to get in an apothecary. This is custom made stuff from me that I get from somebody here in the Los Angeles area. But it does work. And if you just mess up with it, you're not going to get the results you want. And yes, I disclaim, there's no promise. It's God. It's not alleged. I mean, it's alleged. It's not tangible. I can't say we're going to go to the market and buy a gallon of milk and here's your carton. But I said I might be able to change your outcome.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And spiritually, and I'm getting chills again because chills, as you know, is the confirmation of spirit. The outcome took time. We didn't do it in 2 months. This was about a year's process. But yes, I kept sending pictures from my phone. One of these days I will send to the station, or maybe I can do it now while we're talking, and Rebel can show what it looks like. Other people's work just as a sample. But the candles take about 3 to 5 days per candle, and there's 3 per set. And what did we do? Maybe 15 sets over time? I don't remember.
Oh, it was a bit because it kept postponing.
Right. So we had to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So we had to keep up with the time frame. So it was just right at that. We were at the very edge of the cliff there when it finally happened. So yeah, as I said, she kept me up. You kept me updated on everything. You were there for me no matter what, which was awesome. I remember I had to give you some names of the judge, the prosecutor, the lawyers, just to soften, and a lot of it was to soften their hearts.
Well, what it's doing with I just sent the pictures to the producer Rebel, so she'll get them and she'll put them on so people can get a visual of what I do. With the petition, whether it was their attorney or the judge who would be presiding over the case, or we didn't need your attorney so much as the people who were against you with the defense, right? So whether it was the state of California, if it was the DOJ or whatever, I need certain names. And I'm not going to explain to people why or who we worked on. But the end result was in your favor, that they go on, tell the story. I do my work. Once I get the analysis of what I need, I take an intake. I take an intake of the person in trouble or in need, such as we did with Kelly or anybody else I've been doing since 1999 to help, and then I diagnose the problem, and I know where to plug in the right sets of candles. Kind of like, when you're making banana bread, you're not using lasagna noodles, right? You know the banana bread recipe includes these ingredients, same as chocolate brownies or whatever. Everything has a formula, as does Candle Magic. Go on, because you.
Yes. So anyway, so we get to the very end of it, and it's like crucial at this point. I have to see the judge October 1st, 2020.
Thank you. Here's the candles.
Oh, yes.
This is the candles. This is where it starts. This is where the petition has already been input to the flame. I sent one earlier. There's only one burning. Let's see all 3 because she's uploading. So once
there
they're
it is.
done,
there it is.
Oils, herbs, and powders, as I showed a moment ago, that go into the candle. I don't tell you what it is. It's like pepper, salt, garlic, parsley. You don't know what I'm doing. So once I dress the candles and then I write the petition gets burned in the flame like it's showing there. That's burning. And it sits for 3 to 7 days, and I watch them daily. And then I have to transfer the flame to another candle, and it's this whole process. It keeps going 3 times. So the petitions, let me find a petition. You keep talking. I'm going to work with the producer, and I'll get her some of the petitions. Go on, Kelly.
Okay, so October 1st comes, and I'm on the virtual Zoom with the judge and everybody in court. It was I was blown away. The prosecutor was defending me. He's the one that wanted to put me away for 20 years. This man was telling the judge, she doesn't really belong in prison. I'm like, wait a minute, what? My lawyer and I were both, the looks on our faces were just amazing. I couldn't believe it. I'm just sitting there listening to this guy thinking, what is he talking about? He said, why don't we think about something, some alternative, something for her? Well, the judge said, well, I have to punish her. I have to punish her somehow, some way. She's got to be punished. So I was like, okay, I understand. Well, he postponed it again for about a week, for another week. He said, let me think about this. Let me go over the case again and do some thinking and let you all know. We'll come back to court on the 8th of October. So we go back in on the 8th of October, and there's the prosecutor fighting for me again. And of course, my lawyer, the judge says, 4 years probation.
Thanks, Dana.
I was like, are you kidding me?
No.
I didn't say, I couldn't say anything, but the look on my face was sheer, like, confused. My lawyer was like, wait a minute, what? He'd been doing this kind of stuff for my particular case for over 30 some odd years. He has never, not once, has he ever seen anybody get probation. Ever. Not ever.
Is it odd or is it God, Kelly?
I mean, I was so stunned that my whole body went numb, and all I could think was, thank you, Linda.
Well, I remember the night before this, the Zoom meeting, the court date, and we talked because you were freaking out, and I would have been too, because the anxiety in your mind, and you're perpetuating the worst case scenario. And oh my God, am I ever going to see my kids again or my grandkids again and the animals? Kelly went through the whole mental breakdown on the phone. I said, I think it's going to be okay, but you'll see. And she saw more than she expected. Now you're coming to the tail end of this probation.
Yes.
You have been free, remarried. I mean, life took off.
After the court, my lawyer called me and he said, how did you do this? I said, well, I just know people. I know a doctor.
Maybe you should give him my number. Maybe it's time I talk to them. It's
really,
like, I could help him further his wins. Just like one time I had a woman that was schizophrenic with 26 different personalities. Her mother flew in after I healed her because they were shocked that doctors and institutions couldn't help her, but I did. She said, why don't you go work with the psych hospitals? I said, they'll never understand. I can't just go talk to an MD and explain, hey, I have healing energy, any more than I can really convince an attorney that there's potential to flip the switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they're not going to come after me. I had my own case in court in 2003, and the opposing attorney even took a piece of my website and said, Your Honor, she's doing candle magic. And the judge said, sit down, counsel.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I still won. Yeah, I won. But it's just people don't understand. Now, the one beautiful thing is, if it's not in alliance with the universal law of God's spirit, it's not going to happen. If you do 97,000 candles, it's not going to happen.
Right.
It can tweak it. It can make the other person feel it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to push it across the road.
Right.
Kelly didn't give up. And every time there was a delay or postponement, we lit them up again to keep the fire going on the case. And that day, as soon as the judgment came through, I heard from Kelly, like, you must have called me before anybody. I mean, the whole thing it was just so overwhelming. Yeah.
You were on the phone with me, and I said, my lawyer's calling. I was talking to you first. I was like, oh my gosh, I was in tears. I was actually crying because I was just so, whoa,
You were relieved, you were shocked, you were blessed, you were able to breathe. I mean, that's anxiety, suicidal ideation, depression, fears. When it gets to be that big, it consumes us constantly. You cannot escape it. You can always say, listen, I have faith, I'm going to be okay. You would have been okay in jail too, but not as okay as you are out of jail. Yeah. We can talk it through.
Yeah. And for 2.5 years, I mean, that weight was like, I just wanted it to be over. At that point, I didn't even care at that point. There was a point in my life, I didn't care if I went to prison, just get this over with. I just couldn't handle
the pressure. But you did it. You did it. And the beautiful thing is that I'm working with another person who has a federal situation. And I told her about you. I told her what we accomplished. I have done her candles. And again, her teams postponed. And usually when they're postponing something like that, rather than getting right to it, I think it's not as important as some other cases might be, or because of the calendar or because of the online thing. I don't know the whole intricate details of the system, but I keep telling her, I think it's going to be a little better than she thinks, because I wrote a letter of character reference. Did you have to get character reference?
I had tons of.
They put this whole package together to prove that you're really not the criminal.
Right. The judge was, as he was done sentencing me to 4 years probation, he said, now go save some animals.
Because he liked you, and he knew that you were a lot more sincere and less destructive and not part of a gang and not, really out to hurt, that it was a dumb act. It really was.
I got sucked in.
Yeah, you did. We don't have to discuss what it was, but you did it. And Kelly has also submitted testimonies on my website at lindasalvin.com. And she's also put a little blurb together to be put into my book that I hope to publish, that I will be publishing this year, with testimonials of my work and the Wicks of Wisdom and the channeling. And Kelly's a part of that whole process as well. Yes. And, once you got to see your family and things started settling down, and then you went through a boyfriend, and then you got married.
No, I'm not married. I'm living with him.
Oh, you're living with him. Okay.
Living in sin.
Yeah, right. After everything else, I don't think so. I don't think that's really funny. But no, your life has turned around with blessings, and that's your lesson, that you can't turn it back, and not to go down that road anymore. You just keep going this way. There's going to be bumps, obviously.
Well, yeah, for those 2.5 years, my life was and stop. There was no life. I had everything I thought. I can't do that because I don't know if I'm going to prison. I can't do that because I don't know what my future holds. And I remember hugging my dogs so hard that after I said, I'm not leaving. And they were just, ugh.
I remember it was the holidays, and your family was coming out from back east somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I remembered the grandkids, and that whole story. And I thought, this poor woman, and what if it is the last time she sees them for, a long time? Yeah. And I kept thinking, what are we going to do? And then after that, we did some more candles, and we kind of tweaked a few of the directives. I'll call it a directive, but we nailed it, And
I talk about you all the time. You gotta go on Dr. Linda's. Talk to her. She will get you through it. I mean, I adore you.
Thank you.
You have no idea.
I'm grateful to hear that. I just like when I keep in touch with the candles, and we're Rebel, I don't have time to keep looking for pictures and texting you and talking and leading the show. I don't want to keep distracting things besides my weird hair today. But
that's fine.
The difference with me, with a lot of my clients and patients, because they're different. Some are healing, some are candles, some are readings, but it's the whole brand of what I do. I take it very personally. I take it very seriously. I'm not working under someone's orders, like at a hospital where you get 5 minutes with the person and they check something off and they bill you, lots of money. Or I'm not going to my doctor where you get 3.5 minutes because he's got 40 in the waiting room. No, I take my time because I understand the human nature. I understand the pain. I understand the value, and I understand the fear, and I understand the condition. And it's not just meeting the guy or meeting the girl and is he going to call? Is she going to show up? This was your life in a whole different vein. This was jail. This was prison. This was women attacking you. And
I don't think they would, but
yeah, you would.
Who knows?
I think you would have had a harder time than you think. Just this, it wouldn't have been a light walk around the yard. I think you would have found it pretty nasty inside, not just the food and the company, but I think there would have been some altercations that you would not have liked. I can sense it, especially 4 years. And no, you weren't the murderer and you didn't do this, but you did that. And they rank it differently. But the blessing is you never have to go through that again. You can tell other people, you can coach other people, you can give your own inspirational story away to encourage. You could talk to young girls in high school till, hey, you're thinking of doing this because you love him and he wants that. And you can tell them you don't have to do that because look what happened to me. You have this new gift here. And I think in the next year or so, you might do something. I would help you if you want to do a seminar.
I would love to.
Something
I would love to.
where we could communicate. We could do an online thing of prevention and health education and spirituality and candles, and you speak your truth as to what happened. I'm trying to get this other one to sign on.
Yeah, I think I only have, I have until October to get off probation now.
But it's only 6 months away. It's only 6 months. So by the time all this is done, we could create a little outreach program and help people and reach the parents that don't know what to do or how to influence. But it's the people who have the experience that give the strength and then give the hope for the person that might need to hear it. And you can talk to 150 people, but they may not get the message. But somewhere down the road, they go, really? Oh, I remember when. Oh, I heard blah, blah. Even though I don't have the millions of viewers on my show that I had hoped when I started doing the podcast thing, marketing will change, visibility will change, and the right people who need the message will find the podcast. Everybody's a podcaster. I come from broadcasting, which was AM, FM, cable, totally different world. And then everything started changing and everybody's got a footprint out there now, but your story will get heard. Your beautiful spiritual awakening. I mean, look at the plants, the flowers you have with the tulips and the fact that you love horses and dogs and you're so spiritual and grounded and down to earth, Kelly, that you're the earth person. We come from that generation. That's different than this generation coming up. That's more digital. We didn't have all this.
Right.
But the problems are the same. There are still going to be those that are going to go after that guy that wants that stuff, that wants you to do that activity, right? And they don't have to go for the bad boy, even though you think it's great love, right?
You don't. You can be happy with anybody. I went a whole different way this time, and I love this guy. He's awesome.
I know he loves you. I've seen pictures and I know this is it. This is it. You're not going to
he doesn't ask me to do anything stupid, he protects me a lot. He keeps me in line, keeps me focused, and it's awesome.
Well, there's a balance. There's communication. You guys don't hold back secrets. You open up. He knows about the candles, obviously, or he knows about me. Now, the girl that just popped up is the one that has a similar ordeal going, and that's Gina. And if you could repeat again, because Gina just tuned in. Now, I must have done, how many, Gina? Why don't you go to the chat? I don't know, 25, 30 sets. She drove in from out of town to come pick it up. We had a bonfire going. And you know how that gets. They just keep lighting up. But it's to move the needle. It's to move the fear, the anxiety, to help influence the positive. You guys are so similar and yet in such different cases and accusations, but the emotions, the feelings, the at your wit's end, the suicidal ideation, the motherhood, the grandmotherhood, the business, the animals, you're cut from the same cloth. And I deal with thousands of people, and not everybody's the same.
Right.
But when they come into my little circle, the soul circle seems to attract a similar type that we connect. That's why I call it Salvin Soul Circle. But at some point, I may have you speak to her to let her know you went through this, because she's still not there, and they keep prolonging.
Oh, they will. They do. That's what they do. I mean, they're so.
Don't we all, Dana?
And I think a lot of it is mental. You know, it's to keep you thinking and keep you on your toes, and to, I don't know, like a punishment in some way. I don't know. It just seems like
tough. It's brutal, and they're not compassionate and do this and sign that. No, we're not responding. It's very cold, very calculated. They don't care. It's their job.
Right.
People like me come in to help because I understand the nurturing, and I'll hold your hand. But you also know I have attitude, because I'll post it on Facebook. If they're asking me for the wrong thing, I'll come back and say, you don't get to use me. You can pay for a session, or don't take advantage. Like,
right.
You know, is he going to call on Thursday? I don't know if he's going to call. You know, am I going to get my car fixed? Take it to a mechanic. If you want real work from a metaphysical person, then I can help you.
And it was worth every penny. Every penny.
Because you get your freedom in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
to reiterate, for those that are just joining, Kelly was up for a 20-year sentence a couple of years ago for jail. And she came to me, found me on Facebook, did Wicks of Wisdom. It was her last resort. And I walked her through and held her hand through the worst of the bubble.
Yeah.
And
big time.
She was not sentenced. Yeah, she was put on probation, for those that need to hear that.
4 years. 4 years. 4 years probation. That's it.
But did you have to wear an anklet or anything, or did you have to check in? What happened?
When I was on pre-trial, I had to wear the monitor on my ankle, and it was huge. The feds have this huge one, so I had to wear that for about a year, I believe, and then that was before trial, before sentencing. So yeah, they had me wearing that.
But not now.
No, not now. Mm-mm. I mean, I feel free right now.
You are free. I mean, you're just waiting for that deadline where they say you were over it, and the sign, seal, delivered. They
get that off my shoulders. Done.
Absolutely. No,
but
it's not.
It's easy. I mean, it's easy because I'm doing the right thing, so it's easy to do. And I'm coming into the home stretch, which is.
Your family never left you, and the kids never left you. You know, you cleaned house, you got rid of the negative, toxic people. Mm-hmm. You found a great guy, and what? You lost a horse along the way, though, right?
Yeah. She was a good horse, a really good horse.
Yeah, it's like 2 years this weekend. I lost my dog. You know, when we lose animals, especially because we're so empathic. And
behind me is my little shrine of my dog that I just lost 2 of my dogs.
It's hard. People, I have all the collars for my dogs and cats sitting up here. We keep little shrines. And a lot of people who are so insensitive don't understand that animals are sentient. They have feelings. They have emotions. There was just a picture online of dogs tearing, and there's elephants that tear because they feel.
They have feelings. Yes,
we abuse them. We yell. We hit them, and people let them starve or freeze or whatever. And it kills me, especially when people dump a elderly dog to die rather than stay with them.
I see that every day. I see it every day. I
can't take in another dog. I'm still not ready to replace my dog. Plus, I rent and I got to pay extra just to keep it on a monthly basis. It's not.
You can always foster.
Not in this house. Not with my landlord. No, I know what I could do. God, I would never let go. I love them so much. No,
everybody should foster something because they need to be out of these shelters. Somebody foster.
The shelters, yeah, there was a picture the other day with the whole line in the hallway of all the deceased dogs. You know, they look like they're sleeping, of course.
Oh, I've
but
seen that. I've seen that many times. Yeah.
no, we have a larger population, but a meaner population. People just don't care. We've got those that care and they're in the light and they want to help and do good and trust God and try not
Overwhelming.
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
Try not to hurt your friends. And then there's those that are so egotistical and so selfish or whatever, and they're just in a world of their own. Our heart have no eyes. My mother would say that. Yes, the hearts have eyes. And the dogs, the souls, the windows to the soul are our eyes. And sometimes you can see like human eyes in a dog.
I mean, it's God spelled backwards, you know?
It is. That's true.
Hello.
God.
Yeah. And they are. They're just, they're here for us.
They nurture, they care. They do. I talk to my dog. Yeah. Yeah. Did you have a certain dog that's now enshrined with you when you were going through the case?
They what?
The dog that you've now enshrined behind you, was that dog still alive during the worst of the case?
Yes, he was right there with me the whole time, both of them, with the female and the male.
Oh,
they were right there.
Were they brother and sister?
No. One of them, she was a Chihuahua. She was like 13, 14 when she passed a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
she was there. She's been my sidekick for years. And then the little one, he just turned 4 and passed away.
I lost a young one at 3.5. Her spine started to fall apart and disintegrate. I had her on some herbs, and one day I took her off the herbs to see what would happen, and she started shaking. And I was out with I was going to go have, my mom was still alive, so this is back in 2006. And I remember opening the door, and my dog was there, and she was shaking, and I thought, uh-oh. And I took her to like 5 vets, and they said, well, it's going to be 10,000 here or do this. And there was no help. I'm not going to go in and fix a spine and put a dog through all that. And I put her down that night. She was walking on her paw. Instead of the paw pad, she was on her knuckles, you know. It's too much destruction. That was like 3.5. She was half whippet and half German short hair pointer. Oh. Whether it's a Chihuahua or a real big 50-pound dog or an elephant or a lion or a fish, we loved them.
Yeah. Oh, I remember giving my fish mouth to mouth.
Just save a fish?
I swear to God, I did. It was a big, fat, round goldfish, and he was just my buddy, you know. He had a personality. No, he passed.
But you tried.
I did try. I really did. He was so cool. I swear. I
don't understand life sometimes. God put all this here. We all come here to learn lessons. We have all these animals. We have the safaris and the wilderness, and we have birds, and we have, you know, millions of species of different species. And yet it's all part of nature and part of the universe, and we're supposed to blend with it, not abuse it.
Right.
You know, why don't a lot of people get it? It's just like when I do the butterfly poem that I'm going to recite it momentarily about how I see God, which is a Sanskrit script. And it says, God, are you real? The child whispered, God, speak to me. And the meadowlark sang, but the child did not hear. So the child said, God, speak to me. And the thunder rolled across the sky, but the child did not listen. So the child said, God, speak to me. And the star shone brightly, but the child did not see. So the child said, God, show me a miracle. And a child was born, but the child did not know. So the child exclaimed, touch me, God, show me you're real. Whereupon God reached down and touched the child, but the child brushed the butterfly away and walked away unknowingly.
Oh, wow.
It's
I just got chills.
Yeah. People make it about Christ, Moses, Hindu, Buddha. You know, we all have our religious beliefs and how we feel about things. And yeah, there's symbolic momentums out there, and there's different belief systems in different churches. And
it all comes back to one.
Us. And our alignment with self and spirit. However you get there, it's in your heart of God, whatever that is. Exactly. Yeah. And I just see it like a butterfly to let people see we're part of all of this. So all of your nature and all of your family and the magic of Wicks of Wisdom got you through probably one of the worst times of your life. You're 6 months away from your total freedom.
I can't wait. And it's not as bad as, you know, from before, because I mean, I'm okay with this, you know, but I'll tell you.
Hold on. Let me get Gina to call in. We got 5 minutes. Gina, are you still there? Because if so, call in at 561. What's 623-9421, 561-623-9421. And maybe you can just share a few of your moments with Kelly, who I'd like you to talk to later because the two of you need each other. 561-623-9421. Call in. We've got about 5 minutes before we shut down the show. So why don't you just call in for a second? Gina's working with me on a potential TV show. Gina and I go back about 4 or 5 years from a seminar we met at in Las Vegas. Yeah, I've lost pets, and my
Dana's my my animal rescue buddy. I mean, when I used to, oh my goodness, the things we used to do.
We all do. We all get wild. We all get crazy. Gina, are you there? 561-623-9421, please. If you can, we've got about 6 minutes. 561-623-9421. Otherwise, if she can't, then I will. Oh, here, she wants a text. Oh, she's calling now. Hold on. Let me text it to her. 561. I should know this by heart. 623-9421. Here she goes. She'll call. So you can at least connect, and then I'll put the two of you together. And I've done, well, she'll tell you about her candle. She's been on the show before. But the beauty is that it worked. And it wasn't just the system easing up on you. It was all of it. Because had we not pushed or removed some of the blocks and obstacles, I don't think you would have had the same outcome. I believe there would have been a different type of sentence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I totally believe that.
So
Gina is on the line.
All right, let's bring her through. Gina, hi. Welcome to the Psychic Solutions podcast. And I want you to meet Kelly.
Hi, lady.
Hi.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, don't you just love it how the universe works? Oh my God, you are my kindred spirit. Thank you so much for everything that you have spoke about. It just is, it's really meant the world and just vibrated just so.
Yeah, so I'll give you contact information later for the two of you because I'm still waiting for your story to go in the book, I think, but Kelly's has been submitted, but Kelly's been on the show before, and we go back to about 2020 or 2019 when the whole thing started. And as she started communicating more and more, and I remember everything that happened, it's so similar. And I told you I had worked with a similar situation. Now it's time that you meet. Nothing happens by accident.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
The universe knows how to work it.
I have to really say just in the last couple of minutes right here, what Linda and Wicks of Wisdom of what you created had did in my journey, my own personal journey, and even currently with what I'm going through right now. So it works with what you're doing, and thank you for being a friend. But I mean, truly, as experiencing what you did, Kelly, with Linda, I mean, it's just been, life changing. And so I have my gratitude and my undying affection for you. Thank you so much, Linda, and thank you for having me here. And
absolutely.
We all have our things to overcome. Nobody just goes on a straight line. Not everybody's as drastic or to the right or to the left of what you guys did. Not everybody comes to me in that position, but I've gotten to know Kelly over time. I've gotten to know Gina over time. And I know I didn't break any confidentiality because it's so similar. I just want everybody to know, like, there's hope and you're not the only one out there. And if you do have problems, or whether it's money, if it's luck, if it's obstacles, if it's legal, if it's health, I'm healing a guy in Switzerland where the ultrasounds couldn't figure out what's wrong with his foot, but I fixed him with the health and wellness candles. Okay. So, and I'm here in LA and he's in Switzerland and he's still benefiting. I've got a girl in the Bahamas. I'm helping her get raises. I've got a girl in Portugal. I've helped her quiet a lot of the family issues. While she's there, I burn them here. I'm here to help. And I send the candles out to you people. You can do it yourself, or you can have me. Just go to lindasalvin.com. But I wanted people like Kelly and now Gina, maybe I'll have the two of you come on and we'll do a round robin later on, where we talk about the anxiety, the depression, the fears, the what am I going to do? My life's in the, in the throes of disruption. Kelly's already been
And
through
you
it.
know what? I just want to interact with what you're saying. Is not only you gave me that, but you also gave me taking the victim and becoming the victor. So with Wicks of Wisdom, it gave me the hope, but then it also gave me my purpose. So I want to let you know how twofold it is. It's just not being in one place, but where we're going to now. So thank you, Linda.
You're so welcome. And we'll probably have to do another round because you're coming closer to a certain date once you're going through this next phase. We have about 4 minutes left in today's broadcast. Cheryl, Gina kind of sent me friend request. No, you don't get to take my clients. Gina's not going to send you a friend request to have a reading. Sorry, people. Rebel, go blind. Yeah, they all come to me and they try to take my customers like they're going to do a better job than Cheryl. And I can tell you, Gina will not call her. I know Gina any more than you're going to go get a tarot reading from someone else. You want a tarot reading? I do tarot. But I'm so psychic, I don't need to do the cards. But people try to steal you guys all the time. You want it, fine. But I know you're dedicated to this.
I am loyal to you after
we're
my life.
aligned and attached at the hip. Absolutely. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, the fun thing about it is you can tell people that are doing that, look, it's flattery, you're leading the way. And the beautiful thing about, having you, Linda, and being part of, Wicks of Wisdom and your journey, I'm able to do my journey. Kelly's able to do her journey. We can all do our journey together and help each other. And I know I'm there helping you, Linda.
Yes,
and creating,
you are.
Dreams and a mano. So it all... Yep. So actually, you get one happy family. So that's good news.
We'll grab hands here. We'll all hold hands and we'll create a little love circle. We're all in this together, but we all achieve and we all get through. Yeah, because there's a project I'm working on with Gina, and there's one person that's a little unpredictable at times, and it drives me nuts. It's like, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? She's going to calm me down. Yeah, but you don't know him well enough yet. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but. So, that's how we help each other. It's like, oh, hold on. Okay, it'll happen. But geez, he's a difficult one. Yeah, and Gina knows, like, don't worry. And I got to go to Gina legally. Don't worry. It's all the mission.
The trials and tribulations, but the pain and the suffering, we hope that there's good pain and suffering along the way, because then it'll really be awesome. We'll get there. It will. Yeah. We are.
Gina, where are you? Northern California right now?
I am in the garlic capital of the world. I'm in Gilroy, California.
Oh, okay.
It's rainy out here and overcast in Monterey. I've been up to Monterey Bay and just enjoying some of interesting, beautiful weather, but got to go out on a motorcycle the other day and went really fast. So, you're talking about the wind, with the wind in your hair. Well, you got to be able to just blast past that, because,
you do.
My boyfriend just bought a Harley.
And you got to regenerate yourself. You have to.
Your boyfriend just bought what? Excuse us, Gina, we're at the end of the show. Okay. What were you going to say?
My boyfriend just bought a Harley, so we've been out riding.
Wait, hold on, Gina. Go on.
My boyfriend just bought a Harley, so we've been out riding a lot.
Oh, okay. So both of you with the motorcycles. You guys, I'll connect the two of you after the show, but I want to say thank you for being available, Gina, to pop up at last minute. And Kelly, it's always a pleasure.
It's what was supposed to happen. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Thank you for the invitation and the love, and I'm excited to do it again soon.
You will definitely be on. Maybe next Tuesday. We'll just book you for next Tuesday. That's done. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Love you, Linda.
Okay, love you, everybody.
Backstage, Kelly. I will be back in a moment. Okay, bye, Gina. Thank you, Kelly. Stay on. I'm going to close the show now.
Make it happen.
It does happen with Wicks of Wisdom and my psychic predictions, lindasalvin.com. If you are in a legal situation, or you have a love triangle, or you have a business problem, or you have a health issue, my candles, Wicks of Wisdom, work like a prescription for your soul. Kelly Duncan is here to testify her truth of not going to jail for 20 years, people, not 20 days, 20 years. The sentence was changed to probation, because of what the magic does. You don't believe it? I don't care if you're skeptical. She came to me as a last resort, and she flew like the phoenix. She rose again, and her life is fine. And I got chills again. You're the best. Thank you for taking your time and helping, because you're going to influence someone else, and I will connect you with her momentarily. But you have a great day. Stay backstage. That's it. You're watching Psychic Solutions Podcast. I am Dr. Linda Salvin. We'll be up on YouTube momentarily, Facebook, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, who knows, Dr. Linda Radio within a week. The show replays wherever we are. So if you would like to call in next time, or you have questions, or you have a story you want to share with me, 888-509-1077. But mostly I bring on the people I've worked with so they can tell you my work is legit. There's a lot of charlatans out there, people. You've got to be careful. You can burn candles and nothing will happen. One girl burned candles from YouTube and her house burned down. And she said, "What do I do?" I said, "Well, you can, talk to your insurance company. But my candles are not going to burn your house down. My candles are going to help you, just like they did Gina, or like they did with Kelly and all the hundreds of others around the world." That's it for today, tonight, this afternoon, wherever you are listening or whenever you download. We'll talk soon. This is Dr. Linda Salvin saying goodbye from Psychic Solutions Podcast. You are love.